So we are now at the location called Skavesteinen, which is just outside the island of Skjervøy in the north of Norway, in Troms, 70 degrees north. First you gather eggs from the best female fish, get the fertile semen from the best male fish, and then you bring the broodstock to the smolt factories or smolt plant, where they go from egg to fry and then from fry to smolt. That's when it goes from being a freshwater fish to a saltwater fish. So this location, Skavesteinen, has 10 rings, but it's only fish left in 2 of the rings. The rest has already been taken to the factory. So it's about 270,000 fish left, about 5 kilos. And they're ready to go to the processing plant to turn into round fish or fillets. The fish is coming with a wellboat to the factory, where the fish is put out in what we call waiting pens, so they can calm down, and they are sedated by electricity. And then they cut so they can bleed out, and then they are gutted. They take out the guts, and if it's going to be sold as round fish, it goes into the boxes, or if there's going to be fillet, it goes through the filleting machines, and they're filleted with skin or without skin, and packed for the markets there where they are decided where we want to sell them.
The project Japan started in 1985. The present Minister of Fisheries, Mr. Torlisto, he invited a delegation to look at the market, because at that time Japan was by far the most developed seafood market in the world. And they were lacking fish, and in Norway we had too much fish. Our very clear conclusion was that the biggest opportunity in Japan is probably the raw market. The problem was that when we said this to the Japanese importers, wholesalers and the supermarkets, they said that no, this is impossible. We Japanese do not eat salmon raw, they said. Then we saw that the problem is not the salmon, it's the perception of the industry, because they are very conservative. We have to change the way they think. There is 2 reasons why the Japanese people didn't eat raw salmon. First of all, the wild salmon, when it lives in the northern waters, it can get parasites because it interacts with seals. The other reason is that the Japanese Pacific salmon, it has a low fat content. It's a little bit dry and hard in the texture. We invited some of the famous chefs in Japan to taste and try the raw salmon. And they said, oh, this is quite good. So they were more flexible in their mind. And it took many years. It took like almost 10 years to change the way of thinking in the industry in Japan. In the mid-90s, it suddenly kind of exploded. There was an accept in the Japanese market, and suddenly we could see that it started to grow international. When it comes to the farmed salmon, it doesn't interact with the seals, so it cannot have parasites. It's completely safe. Atlantic salmon has a high fat content. Taste is in the fat, and also the fat makes it melt. It melts in your mouth.